Make sure you check out MillerOnSports.com, the popular blog, a number of stories. My interview from Friday with Alan Verlander. Chat last week with a few individuals talking Jags football. Any interviews, any stories, any photos, check out MillerOnSports.com. And I did tweet and retweet a number of things at Miller on Sports with Twitter and that chat I had with Alan Verlander about the college football kickoff game, about possibly having another Super Bowl right here in Jacksonville. So check that out, MillerOnSports.com. Typically, we do it every Monday. Instead, we're doing it Tuesday, a little different. Still talking plenty of football, though. He's a former Jacksonville Jaguars offensive lineman. We talk plenty of football when he joins us. He is Richard Collier, joining Miller on Sports. How you doing, Big Rich?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh, not too much. You doing all right?
Oh, I can't complain at all, man.
All right, I like it. I know you can't complain. Even if you did, who would listen, right?
Yeah, that's right. Who would listen?
Rich, we saw some interesting news yesterday. The Jaguars and first-round selection Justin Blackmon agreeing to a 4-year deal at $18.5 million. He's not playing in Friday's preseason game. How far do you think he's going to be behind?
They put in a lot, man, in that short period of time. I mean, it might seem like he's only been out for a week, but, I mean, you implicate a lot of things, that whole week. So he's going to be pretty much behind. I mean, I don't know how behind he will be physically, but, as far as in the classroom, he'll be behind, a little bit. So he has a lot of catching up to do. And, a lot is required from him anyway from being a first-round draft pick. So,
oh, definitely.
We'll have some makeup work to do.
And I did see where Malarkey was talking about how he's expected to come in and, of course, contribute, but the running backs are easier to get in with the system offensively and kind of understand the patterns and the blocking schemes and everything. But the wide receivers, it's a little bit tougher. Now, with Justin Blackmon, are you expecting him to start just about every game and maybe catch, 800 receiving yards plus?
He's brought in here to do that. He's a first-round draft pick. It's a lot going on. He has to learn. He has to get in rhythm with the quarterback. He has to get his routes down. Has a lot of work to do. But he's, like I said, man, much is given. So, he has to come with it. They drafted him in the first round, and you don't want to be that guy, especially a wide receiver, with, all the guys who've been first-round draft pick receivers here that didn't pan out. So, I mean, it's more than just him, making a name for himself. It's kind of getting the bad taste of having a bad first-round pick receiver, pick. He has to kind of clear that up. Yeah,
that is a great point. Richard Collier joining us on this Tuesday afternoon, former Jacksonville Jaguars offensive lineman. Find him on Facebook and everything. Rich, how's the foundation coming?
Going good, man. I got some merchandise I have to send up to you, man. I just got everything done.
Ooh, nice.
Coming in, so got some nice things, man. I'll be sending you some probably this weekend.
Oh, I like it. Now I am a big medium, okay?
Big man medium.
Yeah. That's the manliest way I can put it. I'm a big medium. Rich, that's very interesting. I do want to get back to the wide receivers because so far in training camp, I mean, the Jags have been dealing left and right with more drops and really they know what to do with. How does the offensive line, when you played and you were on the offensive line and you saw a wide receiver either drop a pass or just not catch it, what was typically the reaction?
You try not to get hard on guys because everybody's going to make mistakes. It's just like when you give up a sack or you don't make that run block. You don't want people coming down on you because, you're probably going to be harder on yourself than anybody else will be harder on you. So you try to just tell guys just to shake it off and move forward. Being a good teammate, I think that's all you really can do. You don't want to harp on guys. You already dropped a pass. Now, if you're not giving effort, that's one thing. But if you try and drop it, you just have to just let it roll off, man, and go to the next play.
Now, Rich, did you ever have a play maybe with the Jaguars or maybe back in college, even high school, where you saw a wide receiver and the pass was dropped and you thought, oh, no, come on, that would have been 25 yards. I was already heading in that direction. That would have been pretty nice to have.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those, man, but, It's always easier for us to have a nice long pass down the field, and we just march down and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
But, like I said, man, you try not to hold guys. You try not to be too hard on them because, anybody's capable of making a mistake. So just let it roll off, man, and go to the next play.
Absolutely. Richard Collier joining us on this Tuesday afternoon with 1600 The Beach and Miller on Sports. You can listen online. Check out the website, 1600thebeach.com. Rich, besides the contract situations for Blackmon and also MJD, what, in your opinion, has been the best storyline to follow with the Jaguars?
The best storyline, I would have to say the development of Blaine. I've heard a lot of good things about him, man. I heard he's really maturing. He's showing a lot of promise this year. So it's going to be exciting to see how he grows from, last year to this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me that's a big storyline because I think that, even though Jones Drew is out, we don't know what's going to go on with him. I think that it all starts and ends with how he plays, the quarterback. So I think that, it's a huge storyline. It's probably the most important one right now.
And I really like how the Friday scrimmage, they were doing a lot of dump down passes in the red zone. They were getting it a lot to the tight ends. It just seems like an easier offense. And, when you find the holes or take what the defense gives you, you give it to the running back and you make it easy on yourself. I think that's really going to help out Blaine in the long run.
Yeah, you have to make it simple for him. It's as complicated as it is. You have to simplify everything. He knows his options and his reads, and go out and just make the best play possible. And last year, it slows down a lot after your first year. Once you've gotten into the offense and you know what to expect coming from college. I know for me it did, and you just have to go out and improve on what you did the year before.
Rich, do you think Blaine Gabbert is being pushed by Chad Henne, or is that not even a factor right now?
I would hope he's being pushed. I know that he knows that Henne's capable of starting, so I'm pretty sure that in the back of his mind he knows that, he has to perform because, Malarkey didn't draft Blaine, so he's not, I know he's going to ride with him, but, it comes a point in time where if he's not producing, you have to move on. And you have a guy that's pretty capable right behind him. So I would hope that he's looking over his shoulder. Everybody should.
Former Jacksonville Jaguars offensive lineman Richard Collier right here on Miller on Sports on this Tuesday afternoon. It's AM 1600 on your radio dial and also 1600thebeach.com. So we saw Friday's scrimmage down at Everbank Field. Rich, are scrimmages indicative of a real game atmosphere?
No, not really, man. You want to go out and give your best. You want to give a good look, but it's nothing like lining up against somebody who's not your teammate. It's a little different. The aggression is a little more. You're a little faster, a little stronger. It's a lot different, than playing against a guy you've been practicing against, the whole off season and training camp. So it's a lot different, but I'm excited to see Friday what's going on, with the game, and I can't wait to see it.
Are you going to be down there or watching it from home?
Oh, I will be there.
Oh, you're going to be there? Really?
I will be there.
Now, are you getting VIP treatment, or are you going to be sitting with the normal people?
I like going in, inconspicuous, just sitting with the regular folks, man. I could go and, do things. I'm with the alumni, so I could go out and sit in the, their suites and all that. But I like going, sitting in the stands and, with the fans. And it's really fun for me. I've never really experienced football like that.
Yeah.
I actually really like it, so.
Well, excellent.
Just, sit in the stands.
Well, I'm going to be in the stands as well, so we need to coordinate and figure out what's going on.
Let's do it, man.
All right. I like it. Now, we know about MJD. He's not there. Rashad Jennings, though, has looked really, really good. I think he can be the full-time guy. Definitely not the production level that we've seen with Jones Drew. As an offensive lineman, do you have to adapt to a new running back, or is that fairly simple, whether it's Jennings, MJD, or whatever the back of their jersey says?
I don't think you have to really adjust, man. Drew makes a lot of things easier because he's so small, and he's going to find the hole some kind of way. Jennings, he's the guy that, He's young, but I think he has a lot of promise also. You know, we open the holes up for him, man, and they go through them. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter, you know, who's running the ball. If you're a good enough running back, you can make it happen.
What's the number one thing you're going to be looking for in the preseason game on Friday?
Just the consistency of the offense. You know, how do they flow? How does playing look? You know, how does the running game look? I know Blackmon isn't going to be there, but how are the other receivers going to look? I'm really not worried about the defense because I think they got it a little more going for themselves than the offense. The offense, you know, kind of young. I just want to see how, you know, how the O-line, how they work together. You know, are they blocking good? Are they opening up holes? I like to watch the O-line anyway, so I'll be watching them a whole lot.
Good stuff. He's going to be in the stands on Friday night. Jaguars and New York Giants. He is Richard Collier, former Jacksonville Jaguars offensive lineman, joining us once a week, usually Mondays, but today's Tuesday. Rich, it's always a pleasure, always having a lot of fun, and hopefully I'll see you Friday.
All right, man. See you Friday. Go Jags.
All right, there he is, Big Rich, right here on Miller on Sports. We'll take a time out, come back, talk golf,